And Jessica, if you want to talk about Strasburger, and you may briefly tell her, I think everyone knows about Strasburger locally, but you guys are a Dallas-based company.
So I'm Jessica Hoffmann. I'm the Managing Director and Chief Operating Officer of Strasburger and Price. We have offices all over Texas, including here in Houston. We're a full-service law firm, do a lot of healthcare work. Many of you know my partner, Scott Nichols. But also wanted to give you an idea of the size of our business. So we're about a $100 million company, 400 plus between our lawyers and our employees, and then have about 600 plus plan participants, if that gives you kind of an idea of what we're dealing with. So we are a self-insured plan, and I don't know if anyone else on the panel you are. So when I first started working with the insurance side, one of the things that we really realized is, if we don't have claims, we could potentially pay, zero in claims after our TPA and our stop loss costs. So if we could work to have a healthy population, essentially, we could make our claims be what they are. So we focused a lot in the last 10 years on wellness and prevention. We also have a wellness plan for most of our employees. If they participate in that, we have points and similar kinds of things, and they actually get an HSA deposit rather than a discount on their premium. Our partners get a discount on their premium because we can't make the HSA deposit for them because of some tax rules. But the reason we do that is so that they are more incentivized to actually try to save that HSA money over time and make smart decisions and be more consumer driven. And so that's the other direction that we've really gone in, is being more consumer focused for our employees, and that has been a really, that's probably been the most time that we've spent over the last couple of years, is actually educating them more about our plan and partnering with people that can help educate our users about our plan. We use a company that helps with claims advocacy. We use a company that helps, and this is all employer paid, Strasburger paid, that helps you find providers for different services you need. And all of those things have been very successful for us and helped us drive our costs down. We also try to do things that are a little bit more cutting edge for law firms anyway, probably not that cutting edge for folks in this room, but we do have meditation sessions once a week in each of our offices. Some of our offices, like our Houston office, has a small gym with showers, so that we encourage people to be able to work out before, work or on their lunch break. And then the other lever that we try to pull, obviously, to some degree, is our plan structure. So we only have a high deductible health plan, which we've renamed a consumer-driven health plan, because I didn't like the idea of it being called a high deductible, because while it is a higher deductible, the goal for us wasn't to really force more cost on our employees or our partners. Our goal was to have them make smart choices, and we did a lot of analysis over the years of what the claims per participant were on a PPO plan that we also had at a time versus our high deductible health plan, and across the board, the claims numbers on the PPO plan participants were significantly higher. They were paying more out of their own pocket, actually, and the firm was paying more for them on average, and that even included when the firm was putting in money to the HSA accounts for folks on the high deductible health plan. So eventually, we have transitioned everyone over to that plan. And we continue to do the HSA deposits every year if you're on that plan, with the exception of our partners. And that, again, is to kind of drive that idea of letting them have that account build over time and hopefully make smart healthcare decisions because of that. So looking forward, I think, we're going to continue to try to pull all those different levers. But the biggest one, and it was on your slide as well, is pharmacy. We're just getting killed with pharmacy. We had someone that needed the Hep C drug recently. That's significant. We don't know if there will be more of those coming out when things go off some of the lists, and then all of a sudden the price can kind of float. That's been really hard for us as a self-insured plan, because that's where we've seen the most, not dollar growth, but percent growth of our plan over time. The medical is still growing at a faster rate in terms of dollars, just because of how, the size of our plan, but the pharmacy is going to catch up, and so that is really scaring us, and so we're trying to do things that will help with that, and we're already doing some of that now, but things that we're considering, which I don't think will be popular, but is narrowing our pharmacy network, picking one national retailer, other types of chronic condition management, and making, one-off deals if we can to help with that cost. The other thing that we don't do right now on wellness is we don't do a results-based wellness program, and the regulations are constantly kind of changing about some of what you can do. That is something we would like to do, if to the extent we can make that happen in a way that would work for our culture. Right now, as long as you do your screening, do your health assessment, and we actually make you do some different points and doctor's appointments too, you get your subsidy. We do make sure you have to have a health score above a certain amount, but we're pretty generous with that, and so we'd like to get more participation and then up the results you get in order to get the subsidy.
Excuse me, on your wellness programs, are there financial incentives as well? Maybe you talked about that just a little bit.
Yeah, so we do, for partners, get a discount off of their basically premium that they would pay. For employees, we make the deposit into their HSA. Okay. So we try to direct it towards that. We also ran a program called Naturally Slim, and we've probably done it 4 or 5 times, and we've also included spouses in that. This is kind of a healthy eating kind of educational program, but we noticed that the first time around we didn't include spouses, and while we had a lot of success, people, if it's a lifestyle change, you need that household to basically all get on board with it. So we will also allow spouse to participate in that program, and that's been really helpful. And then we've done some, I call it an alumni program. I'm not sure I can't remember what Naturally Slim calls it, but essentially so that if you did it 3 or 4 years ago, we'll help subsidize paying for you to do it again so that you get the refresher course. But that's probably been one of the single most beneficial programs that we brought in. Even our partners participated, and in a law firm you get a lot of employees that will participate, but the partners are very busy, and so to participate in things over the lunch hour or educational sessions, it's very hard for them. That's when they're working, that's when they're meeting with clients. But that program was something they could do on their own time and was very successful for us, and we had, I think, average weight loss of something like 25 pounds for all of our participants that have done that. So some were very significant weight loss. I think the highest one we had was 72 pounds and kept it off for a year. So they measure you at the start of the program and then after a year as well, so you can see the progress that people have made.
Okay. Now, one thing you mentioned were the meditation sessions.
Yes.
And actually, I have to confess, I'm a little bit hard of hearing. I thought you said medication sessions, which I thought that's interesting.
I'm sure people have those too.
Yeah, I've seen where days you could pass out the Prozac. It'd be very helpful in our office. But talk a little bit about that. Those, and are there other alternative medicine, I'll call it, other programs like that that you're doing?
So the meditation is probably the most, I'll call it, frou-frou or, thing that we do, and we got a lot of pushback when we first rolled it out, but there's, a million articles out there that talk about the benefit of mindfulness, not just on your physical health, but on your mental health and on your stress levels, and we operate in a very high stress environment. Lawyers have the highest suicide rates, alcohol rates, drug rates of any profession. I think we've passed dentists now, so That's not a list we really want to be on top of. But so those kinds of things I think are really beneficial. Again, our lawyers, unfortunately, aren't always the ones that are taking advantage of them as much as our staff members, but we have a guided meditation that we use that's like a series of pre-recorded things, and we do some massage and things like that in our offices, and B12 shots, things that are voluntary that people can pay for out of their own pocket if they want to do that. We've had some things like yoga and stuff in the office, like here or there, but meditation is kind of dipping our toe. But I think it's been positive overall, the feedback has been.
Okay, very good. Thank you.